should have worked. Okay. Oh, come on. Just barely above the threshold. Trying a different mic, so I have to mess with the sensitivity some to get the PNG tuber reacting properly. Because I noticed in some clips from last stream that when I talk, it was creaking. And I know my headset, my normal headset creaks. Hi, Dream! Let me know if the audio is okay, like the mic to music balance, because I'm using a different microphone today, so I can't tell. I'm alright. In a decent amount of pain, but what can you do? Trying to get my Halloween costume done before next week. How about you? How you doing? How's your post-con blues? Oof. Yeah, rest up. Conventions are so rough on the legs and feet. Like, normally after I go to a convention, I have to take like the next 3 days off because it's just physically impossible to do anything. You were such an egg. Who let you be so egg-shaped? My cat is laying in the saucer chair that's over next to my desk chair, and he just looks like an egg. Oof! That sounds rough. I mean, at least though, isn't it? Don't you work in that same like town area, or like it's at least in your state, so it wasn't too terrible for travel? Hi, Aster. I had a friend fly out from like I want to say she lives in LA or something. Either she lives in LA or she lives on the East Coast. I can't remember, but she flew out to the con for the past week too. The past weekend. I didn't even know TwitchCon was going on this week until everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we're heading out." I'm like, "Oh, heh." But that tells you how much I pay attention to things. Alexia Ray's art. She's an art streamer, but she plays a lot of video games on stream, like Minecraft, Sonic games. We actually went to college together. She's a really amazing streamer. She's super sweet. Absolutely love her. And I believe friend Ton was also there. I think Ton's stream name is Trezen Flowers. Also a very amazing, sweet person. Love them both. But they both went out. Nice! I'm glad you had a lot of fun. I was actually going to stream earlier in the day, but a friend of mine, Annie, was streaming, and I'm like, nope, I want to go watch Annie's stream. I'll stream when she's done. And so I did a majority of what the orange is already on here. I did most of this while I was watching her stream. And then I'm going to try to build up the bulk of the skirt today. Thankfully, it's not a long skirt, so I don't need to worry too much, but I do want at least some length on it because I still want to be able to wear this skirt even without the costume. So it still needs to be at least, I think... Don't you fall. Don't you fall. I have some books to the side. I don't know if I'm going to have it quite as long as this skirt. Let me see if I can. Come on. Behave with me. I have this skirt, which is another skirt that I have crocheted. I crocheted this one, I want to say I crocheted this one maybe half a year ago. Or was it earlier this year? I don't know. My cat was still alive when I crocheted this one, so it was at least some point last year. But I'm thinking maybe about this length, but doesn't have to necessarily be this length is what I'm aiming at. Because this one, I believe, goes to about my knee. I have an easy way to tell. Measuring tape. So this skirt is about 18 inches long, which is about roughly how I normally have my skirt lengths. Like 20-inch skirts. Because if I move my heating pad for a second. From my knee up to where my hip bone is about 19. So probably aim around roughly that similar size. But I'll see how it plays out as I crochet it, because this one's going to be a lot more, Yeah, I'm American, shut the fuck up! I don't do metric, I use freedom units! Alright, you bloke, I can give you the centimeters, too. Centimeters, it's about 46, 47 to my hip, so, like, 47, 48 to my hip, so... about that in centimeters. I don't know why I remeasured it when I could have just gone to about where it is on the inch side and then just flipped it over to see it's about the 47. You're Canadian, you got the meters. You metered. Oh, me just ostracizing so many people at once. No, I just measure in inches because that's what I grew up using, so it's just the easier measurement for me to think of. Because it's easier because I know my 3 measurements off the top of my head in inches, so it's easier for me to do everything else in inches as well. Like, the most annoying part about making this skirt, specifically this, so this is the waistband, and you'll notice it's got a wide open part on here. There's going to be a corset lacing here, and the reason for that is I have to make sure it's an adjustable, because the widest point of my hips is 46. However, my actual waist is only 36. So I need to make sure I can tighten it or this thing is gonna fall straight off my goddamn hips. And it won't sit where I want it to because I want it to be a high-waisted. So this is the waistband. So I want it to sit across like the stomach area. But it's such a pain in the ass to measure things to fit me properly when I hand make them. Because my measurements are stupid. It's the same thing when I'm doing shirts, because the widest point is 46 there, too. It's 46, 36, 46. It's a pain in my fucking ass. Alright, get this back down. Like, I don't mind making my own clothes, obviously. I make my own clothes all the time. By the way, this fucking thing you saw me have is, just a heating pad. I'm in a lot of pain right now, but Pain stops no one. I got work to do. Yeah, except I'm like way taller than Ren because I'm 5'7". No, it's so funny because it's like if you looked at me, you wouldn't be able to tell right away that I have that kind. Like it's not evident, but it is in fact the actual measurements. And I remeasured myself last night. Excuse you, I don't have a fucking 80-inch or a fucking 200 centimeter ass. I don't got no fucking Pixar mom hips. Oh, you are slightly bent. There we go. Fucking draw Neth as Elastigirl from The Incredibles. Cause he got them Pixar mom fucking hips. There you go. There's a curse for Neth. Make him fucking elastic fantastic. He's plastic. I gotta work on your commission of Nugget and Ruin Eclipse. I have the image in my head. I just haven't had the energy to sit down and draw. I was gonna do it yesterday, and then I was just like, no, I'm tired. I'm so EB. And it doesn't help that a certain someone keeps waking me up. Who am I talking about, young man? Not the young man who just sleeps peacefully. Fucking sleeping like not a fucking bother in the world. But no, God help me if I want to sleep. No, you want me to be awake so I can pet you. Mister, my dish is half full, mama. Please fill my dish. It's like, young man, you have fucking food in your dish. Eat your food. Mama, I want more food. I want my dish to the top. And then when it gets halfway, I will be upset again. Joseph. He's sleeping in the saucer chair over to the side. I don't have issues with my cat waking me up in the morning. What are you talking about? I wouldn't have as big of an issue if it wasn't for the fact I get home around like 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning, and then he wakes me up at like 8 or 9. So I'm like on because I don't go to bed right when I get home. I have to wind down. It's not even that, because he sleeps with me. He's just a fucking creep. Oh, and it doesn't help too. I have one of those desks that you like, those little like tabletop things for like if you're in bed or something like that, like a table desk. I have one of those to work on when I'm like stuck in bed or I'm really like not feeling good, so I use it in the bed so I can still get work done. And sometimes I don't feel like folding the legs up and putting it away, so I just set it on the floor as a tiny table type thing, and he is obsessed with standing on it. I don't know what his thing is, but it's like if he sees it, he will stand on it. So I cannot leave my laptop on top of it if I leave it like that on the floor, because he will stand on my laptop. And it's like, Joey, you are 20 pounds, you will snap my screen. I love him. I love him to bits. I'm gonna order him a new food dish that'll hopefully help a little bit. Cause he's a big boy, so I'm gonna try to. I've seen and I've read that like elevated cat dishes can kind of help, um, with like just the way he is. It's better for the cat, but the problem is most of the ones that I have seen in stores, or at least the ones around my house, they're either ceramic, which I don't trust him with because he rubs against his food dish and knocks it over all the time. And they're a double, and he doesn't need a double dish. He only needs a singular dish because he doesn't his water dish is on the other side. He has a fountain that he drinks out of. And we have that in the living room, so he has to walk from his kibble to his fountain, which is better for him instead of having them right next to each other. And so he doesn't need to have a double dish, but like most of the raised dishes around that I've seen in the stores and stuff are double dishes. I did find one on Amazon that I'm considering ordering for him. Um, because I want to order a new backpack too anyway, so I might order him one of those elevated ones. The problem is I can't find a slow feeder elevated dish, and that's he's a weirdo. I'm hoping maybe the elevated dish will work fine because he's used a non slow feeder dish before and he hates his slow feeder dish. I just prefer him to have his slow feeder dish because it kind of helps maintain him. Because he's a fucking numbnuts. Joey's one of those cats who eats a bunch of. Sorry, I keep sniffling because the cat's been sleeping in here, so I'm like congested. Um, he is one of those cats who will like pound kibble and then he'll go and drink water. So it all expands in his stomach and then he throws up, and I don't find it till I step on it after it's dried. So it's hard, crunchy cat vomit with unchewed food in it. And it's just like, Joey. Young man, why are you like this? I did this the other day. I went to go fucking move a curtain that was in our living room, and I just stepped straight on in bare feet, mind you, because I'm in my own fucking house. I'm not wearing socks or shoes in my house, and I stepped straight on dry cat food, and I was just like, Joseph. Why? He is a food fiend. He is currently just sleeping away. He don't give a shit. Joey don't bother. Joey ain't bothered. Oh, he's a little goofball. I love him. I love him so much. He's just a little shithead. Dun, 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 dun. It'd be really cool if I actually do manage to get this skirt finished like today, tomorrow. That'd be really fucking poggers, because I had the idea last week to maybe do leg warmers too. But I'm not gonna be upset if I don't get to doing the leg warmers as well. I still need to do the bow for the sweater. I haven't done that yet, but that's gonna be just a simple back forth, back forth, back forth, back forth, and I think I'm only gonna make it like maybe that thick, so it shouldn't be too long. Like this, I love how the texture on this one came out. Camera doesn't pick it up too well, but it's a stitch called a basket weave stitch. Um, and I really like how it turned out. And I started that one before work, I believe Saturday or Friday. I want to say Saturday. Um, no, maybe I started it Friday. I don't know. I started at some point this week. But I just finished it last night too. And I was just like, that didn't take too long. And like, I've already worked up 2 rows of the skirt here, and I don't foresee it being too many rows. Because like I said, I only want it to be about maybe 18 inches. Yeah, the texture is really fun, isn't it? I'm almost tempted. So, I think you've seen it, but I've crocheted Eclipse's scarf IRL before. And I used a stitch called a lemon peel stitch for originally. However, I think it could look really cool if I redid her scarf with this texture. More so because I can't really wear the scarf that I made last time, because I made it way too thick. So, like, it's like her scarf is more like half a blanket in width. Like, I use it more as a shawl than a scarf. Um, but I want to make a red scarf like hers that I would be able to actually wear, and I think this one could be a good stitch for it. More so since she sometimes refers to it as a woven scarf, like it's woven from threads of fate and whatever. So I think using this kind of stitch could be a fun way to do it. But yeah, it's fucking massive, yo. I think I'm gonna. I think this is gonna be the last row of orange on for now, and then I'm gonna swap to green. So I have... Ah, there's my phone! My phone fell off my desk. This is how much green I have left of the main green I've used on the rest of the costume. This is all I have left. I think it should be enough to finish the skirt as I want to. We're gonna find out. If not, I do have another green that is very, very close. And most people I've shown it to said you don't notice the difference very much. I notice the difference, but I think it's because I, for a fact, know it's two different colored yarns. So it's like they're very close, but there's a slight textural difference, and it's like I'm really the only one who's gonna notice that. Like on the potato cam, they look very similar, but you can tell this one's slightly desaturated, ever so slightly. So my hope is potentially that I'll be able to finish the skirt. Yeah, it's in person. It's pretty close in person too. Literally, my dad and my sister both said it doesn't look different. And Spud even is like, the only reason it looks different to you is you know, and you have stupid yarn eyes that distinguish all the different colors you have. And she's right. She's 100% right. I know that they're very close, but it's like because in my head I know they're different. I can see the difference. Because this is a Hobby Lobby yarn. This is Crafter's Secret Big Ideas in lime green. And this is Red Heart Super Saver in spring green. And they're very similar. But my hope is potentially... Oh, Koo's here for crimes! Koo's here for crime! Be gay, do crime. I'm hoping to finish the skirt with this color. If I can finish the skirt with this color and I run out of this color in the skirt, I'm fine with that because I'll make the leg warmers using the other green. My big issue is because it's going to be so close to the sweater and everything, which has this green in it, that I'm going to get annoyed with it if I see the difference. So I'm hoping this will be enough for the green, and I'm going to primarily be using the purple, the orange, and then use this more accented. But we'll see how it goes. I have 3 skeins of the purple left. I have a partial skein of orange, which is the one I'm currently using. It's pretty on its last legs, though. And then I have 1 full skein of orange. So I primarily have purple. So purple is a big brunt of this scarf with more accenting of the other colors. And if it comes down to it, the leg warmers will just be orange and purple, because if I need more of the orange, I can buy this orange at Walmart. It's not that big a deal. It's the other ones that are kind of a pain in the ass. So the green specifically is I would have to drive 2 hours one way to get more of that green. Even the other green, like the Red Heart green, I have 2 skeins of this one, which would be more than enough. But if I did need more of it, I would still have to drive like an hour to a different store. That's the problem of where I live, is it's really hard for me to get certain yarns. Who's gonna commit crime? Crime. Rhyming. Who's gonna rap? That's what Koo's gonna do. Rap about Baja Blast. But yeah, so it's just, I'm hoping it'll work out. I'm not gonna rap. You can rap. I'm too white to rap. I'm not gonna pull an Eminem out in this house. Oh, it's chat hydrate. Everybody sip up. I've got boo juice. Except it's actually, this is actually ginger ale. I'm drinking cranberry ginger ale. Because I saw it at the store in the 2 liters, it finally appeared. Because it comes out for the holidays. Canada Dry's cranberry ginger ale. It comes out for the holidays, and I am always just like, yeah, give me that. Give me that gingy ale that has, like, no fucking ginger in it, and I don't care. It makes me feel good. I like it. I also just think Schweppes sucks. Do you want to see something sad though? Do you want to see something absolutely? This was a brand new 2 liter. I just opened it today. It's already below the label. So if you want to know how hydrated Babbitt is, I have already drained half a 2 liter. I've already drank half a 2 liter of cranberry ginger ale today. This stuff's good though. I like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it doesn't have a lot of real ginger in it. It has ginger extract, but not like extract. Oh, that's wild. I didn't know Canada Dry was owned by Dr. Pepper. That's fascinating. I actually didn't know that. I thought they were in their own, like, thing. Huh. Yeah, the potato can makes it so you can't read it, but it says produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper / 7-Up Inc. And then it gives the address for them. I wasn't aware that Canada Dry was affiliated there. That's fascinating. That's interesting. Anyway, sippy sippy. That's what I have been drinking all day while I've been working on this. I have normal ginger. I have normal cranberry ginger ale too, but I'm drinking the cranberry stuff because 'tis the season. It's like the one thing I will allow to, like, it's the one Christmas time thing I will allow to propagate the shelves before Halloween arrives. That and eggnog, but that's because I like eggnog, even if eggnog hates me. Oh! I just got excited! I just remembered I bought a chocolate parfait, and it's in my fridge downstairs. I know what I'm having after stream. Totally forgot I bought that yesterday. Oh, that's exciting! That is exciting! Yeah, it's a really. I've bought it a couple of times and I really like it. It's like 80% whipped cream, but I don't fucking care. I love whipped cream. I was worried the skirt wasn't gonna have enough ruffle to it because of the method I'm using for the bottom part of the skirt, but I honestly think this is gonna be a very nice ruffly skirt. I have to get into my closet because I have a couple of like costume tutus from when I was like in high school. And they are, in fact, I have a bright orange one, a bright green one, and a bright purple one, which would go fucking perfect with this costume. Like, I have petticoats too, but my petticoats are longer. They're meant for other outfits. You're such an egg. Who let you be so egg-shaped? Why are you so excellent? What I'm hoping, so what my idea for this skirt to, like, for a visual interest. So, fun fact, the corset is actually supposed to be for the front side, so this is a front tie corset. And what I'm hoping to kind of do is do a faux layered look with it. So it's gonna have a couple, like an upper row. I know, right? The fact that I have them already in the right colors, isn't that fucking insane? Um, that's because I was a fucking freak in high school. I'm still that, but I'm a little more subdued in person. The problem is though they're in my old cosplay bin, which is like all of my high school costumes and everything, and I've literally not gotten into that box in maybe 3 years. So I need to move my entire bed in order to access it. Um because the way that my bedroom is set up is very strange, and my bed only fits in 2 places, and in those 2 places it blocks off the closet. Quite literally, my bed can go... Actually, could I do that? Could I do that? I totally could do that. It's a terrible idea, but that could work. Sorry, I just had an idea for how to reorganize my bedroom furniture again, because the current layout has been driving me absolutely bonkers, and I've been wanting to change it, and this week is the time for me to be able to do that, because my dad is he's away, so he doesn't care if I like put a bunch of shit in the bathroom in the hallway. And Spud doesn't care if I do that because she knows I'll put it away when I'm done. So I'm actually kind of considering now that after I'm done with stream, I might start pulling everything out into the bathroom and hallway. And I might swap my desk, the bed, the dressers. Basically kind of flip everything. It should potentially work. The only downside is if I do it that way... Oh, actually, no. I don't think that would work. No, that won't work because of the fucking heater. Damn it. See, this is where it gets weird and like with laying out stuff in my room is my closet is not in a wall per se. You walk in and you can see a small wall, and that's actually the closet width. And then I have a heater underneath my window. But there's also a slant on the wall. So you have about like you have some distance between like the wall under the slant to like the heater, but it's not really wide enough for me to put like a bed or anything over that side. If I do, I end up blocking off the rest of my room because of the way the closet juts out. So I have to like put my furniture in a very precarious way. Not precarious, that's not the word I wanted, but I have to put it specifically in certain ways because otherwise it just doesn't fit. And the bed is the biggest issue by far. It literally, like, I swear I can have my bed in 2 spots and it sucks. And it doesn't help the outlets are in really stupid locations. Like, fun fact, my desk is actually against the wall that doesn't have an outlet easily accessible to it. I have to, like, use an extension cord to get to like, thankfully I just have like my laptop, so it doesn't always have to be plugged in like my tablet and stuff. I can unplug it after I'm done, but it's like I have to use an extension cord. I can't just plug it directly to the wall, which is fine anyway because I have to use a surge protector. But it's like even the one by my bed, I can't like if I put my bed in, I can't put my bed in any other spot. It always ends up covering an outlet, and it's annoying. And I only have 3 outlets in my room. 3! I only have 3 outlets. And one of them is always covered, and then the other is right next to the fucking heater. So it's like, it's such a pain in the ass to plug anything in safely. And on top of that, 2 of the outlets, they're 2 prongs only. That's how bad it is. 2 of them, they're ungrounded outlets. They're only 2 prong outlets. Do you know how few things have 2 prongs? And do you want to know the only 3 prong outlet in my room? Do you want to guess which one it is? You're right, it's the one by the heater. Isn't that so stupid? Like, when I still had a TV in here, I used to always have to keep the TV on that side of the room, and that sucks because that's where the fucking slant in the ceiling is. Do you see the issue I have? All of the rooms in the upstairs have a slant in their ceilings except the hallway. It's so annoying. At least my brother's slant is like on the back of his room. My slant is on right next to the door, so like you can't put anything really. Like even my like I have like my bookshelves, like my bookshelf and stuff over there, but I can't put the full tall of my yarn bins. I have these wire rack ones that I put on top of my pink shelving boxes, and I can't put the full shelving because the stupid slant prevents me from putting the full shelf up, which means I'm limited in my storage capacity that I would have if it was on another part of the room. But I can't put it on another part of the room because that's where my fucking bed has to go. And it doesn't help my floor is slanted too, so I have to put my desk in a certain spot or my chair rolls away. It's so annoying to get like good feng shui in my bedroom. I have reorganized my room so many times. The struggle is real, bestie. The struggle is real. No, I just live in a really old house. Avoid spontaneous human combustion. The answer is you don't. We'll all burn someday. Cellular dust. Cellular. Interstellar dust. I can speak words. Existential bun is also cool. Existential bun is called I sometimes just say shit for the sake of saying shit. Saying shit because I can. Oh no, I was trying to say like I wanted to say stellar, but I also wanted to say solar because I was making a riff on the like fact that the sun will someday combust and take all of us. Oh yeah, I'm one of those people who will sometimes just say something for the sake of saying something. For shane shit. Sometimes I just like to say things to be a fucking pain in the anus. Ain't nothing more fun than being a pain in the anus, don't you know? Watching people go purple in the face because they try to argue and you just keep going. And going and going and going. I'm the fucking Energizer Bunny, bitch! Except I'm really not because I have chronic fatigue syndrome, so I am just fucking chronic sleepy bitch disease. Energizer Bunny who? Not me. Potato bun. Couch potato bun. What I wanna? Oh look, I found a stick! Thank you, Dream. I do my best, but at the same time, I'm not trying that much at all. Welcome back, Goo. Yeah, unfortunately, it's that time of the night where I just, if something is said, I will just say what I fucking want to say. And I'm not gonna remember, I can't remember what I said 5 minutes ago because it's all off the top of my head. Improvisation, baby! So, this reminds me of this douche teacher I had in college. So I went to art school, I've said this before, and I also had a writing minor. So I had to take a lot of English classes and stuff like that. So my buddy Nico and I were taking one of it wasn't like related to our minors or anything like that. It was just one of the required type English courses that we had to take. And this teacher drove me nuts. Like, he was very much one of those, well, the curtains were blue for a reason type of teachers. And there was a pretty much split down the middle of the student body. You either like this teacher and you were one of his good beans, or you just you were just disgusted by this teacher. You despised him. And he had this weird vendetta against my buddy. And like when I say that, I mean like would say, "Oh, you didn't turn in your paper." And I'm sitting right next to Nico and I'm like, that's bullshit because you just handed me my paper back and I handed you their paper too." Because I stapled and printed them myself from the printer in our dorm room. So it was shit like that where it's like, "No, you can't say Nico didn't turn their assignment in because I'm the one that printed it. And you handed me my assignment, which means you got both assignments." I don't think they liked Nico, because I'm not gonna, like, there were reasons I think he didn't like Nico, but Nico's amazing and didn't deserve that, and it was just a pretentious kind of dude. And he was also one of those teachers who was like, "Don't buy used books. I want you to buy the brand new book." So he wanted you to buy like a very specific edition of the book. And it's like, buddy, we are broke ass art students. We're not paying $40 for your brand new edition of the book when I can get it for $5 used. And they weren't even fun. I still own most of the books that he had like made us get, and I hate them. Like, it was one of those cases. So where this conversation leads back into the whole me talking about improvisation and then coming back to this teacher that I didn't like. So, obviously, you guys have seen my streams. You know how I converse, how I talk. This is just how I talk in normal conversations, too. I don't do a bit for stream or anything like that. Okay, Esther. I don't do a bit or anything. I literally just, I talk like this. This is how I converse with people. Very much just I jump topic to topic kind of thing. And Nico and I both, like, we'd have a lot of conversations where we would just kind of go back and forth, and I would obviously like just do my normal shtick and Nico does their shtick. um and we're just like walking down the street from our dorm at one point, because Nico was my roommate. Like, that was the thing. It's like we both had similar classes at times, so we'd walk together because we lived in the same room. We had the same dorm room. We were literal roommates. And we had been walking down the sidewalk to go to, I think we were going to class or we were going to do something in one of the main buildings, or we had just left class. I want to say we were going to class. I don't think we were leaving class. And the teacher came up behind us and is like, "Oh, you two are so funny. You should have a comedy act with the way you talk with one another." And he was like playing it up as if we were doing something like extremely weird or whatever. It's like we were literally not even making jokes or anything. We were just talking about something. But he was like, "Yeah, when you sit next to each other in class, like, you're always like being so funny, everything you say." And it's just like, buddy, we're just talking. It's not comedic just to talk. And it just, that sat with me forever, clearly. It just annoys me to this day. It was just like, buddy, we're not even trying. We're just having a normal conversation. I think we were fucking talking about if we wanted to go get dinner at a restaurant or something. Like, it was a very boring, normal conversation when he made that comment. Like, I could understand if we were being unhinged and talking about, like, I don't know, hunting venison or something like that. If we were talking something weird like that, I could have understood the comment. But the fact was, we were having one of the most, like, boring office cooler conversations at the time. Like, do I remember what we were talking about? No, but I do remember it was just a normal conversation. Because I actually said that to him. I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about because we're literally just talking." And then he walked away. So, his class is the only class I have ever gotten lower than a B minus in. That's doing all his stupid assignments. His class is quite literally the only class I had ever gotten lower than a B minus in. Did not like him. Clearly. But yeah, Tales from Art School. Woo! So yeah. Just thinking about improv just reminded me of that conversation. Just like... Debating if I want to do one more row of orange after this or not. I was originally just going to do this row of orange and then swap. Yarn is nice and soft. This yarn is orange. The other is purple. I have yards of yarn. It's like a pun. How many yards? Like 50. 50 is nuts in your mouth. I also have some red yarn. Q just walked in. Q has entered the chat. It's so... I think one of the worst times I've ever had is I was streaming downstairs in my living room and my dad walked in while I was in the middle of I was in the middle of saying something and I immediately just clammed up. Like, I don't care, but at the same time, I don't want my dad just, like... You wouldn't understand. Fucking cat! Who's gotta be gay and die? Scream at these nuts. Hold on. Nuts. I got nuts! Nuts! Nuts. You miss nuts. Peanuts! Hi, Annie! Thank you for resubbing! Thank you for 18 months! I remembered I had peanuts, like, right near the desk, so I was like, oh, I can grab these! Grab these nuts! Sometime! I like Joey's not even fucking bothered. He's just sleeping in the chair. He's just like, same shit, mama, same shit. Alright, you are getting too hot now. You have brought relief, but now you are too toasty. Peanuts! Should actually eat those. I like peanuts. Specifically honey roasted ones. They're my favorite. I used to be able to, like, when I was a kid, I would, like, my parents would get, like, the really big tubs of them, and I would just polish those things off. I just, like, inhaled. Like, I don't know what it is, but little baby Bun went, hell yeah, peanut time! And I just fucking ate them. Just inhale. I'm trying to debate if I want to do a cutesy makeup with this costume or if I want to do a little bit more creepy. I also think I probably have way more than 50 yards of yarn. Considering like half my room is covered in it. Joey, the king of finding scraps of yarn I thought I threw out. Him? It's in my mouth. Me? No! Oh, it's Son of Blaha. I have my plushies under my desk again, and my foot hit one, and I'm like, which plushie am I touching? This is weirdly soft, and I looked underneath, and it's Son of Blohai. Like, I can just... Shark! Just pull a shark from under my desk. I can also pull an eel from under my desk. Do you guys want to see an eel? I just keep plushies under my desk like the fucking weirdo that I am. Oh, you can just DM me on Discord. Just send me a DM, yo. That's where I do most of the stuff like that. No, you can just Discord. You can just send it to me on Discord. Begone, bot! Nope. Get out of here. Out. Yeet. Yeet. Get the fuck off my chat. Stop lagging OBS! Fine, I'm going back. I'm going into Firefox. Don't lag on me. Get rid of it. Yeet. Get out of here. Be gone! There we go. There we go. Okay, fixed. Sorry, my computer was lagging while I was trying to fucking get rid of that guy. But yeah, no form or anything. Yeah, so it's actually it's a worm on string scarf because they're one of my favorite scarves to make. So I don't know what it says about me that I have all this shit quite literally within arm's reach of my desk, but I think that also just tells you about what I keep near my desk. But it's actually a scarf based off worm on string. So this is one of my personal ones. I have two of them that I personally I wear in the winter. So this is my Snatcher themed one, so the yellow eyes. I have a sparkly blue one based on Eclipse as well. So I thought it would be a really funny thing that when I drew the PNG tuber for crocheting and stuff like that, I thought it would be really funny if boobs get out of the shot. I thought it would be really funny that whenever I talk, the eyes on it would look back while I'm talking. I thought it was just very funny. Aww. Hope your meeting's going well. But yeah, I just thought it would be a funny little touch. Peanuts! I wish I had your ability to sleep, child. He's just snoring. Joey's just snoring over in the chair, and I'm like, I wish I could sleep like you, but no, you wake me up. Yeah, I wake up in the morning to and then him 20 pounds jumping on my boob. It hurts so bad. He has bruised me from jumping on me before. 'Cause 20 pounds on tiny little Pete's. I was almost actually going to play Minecraft on stream today, and I'm like, no, Bun, you need to finish your skirt. You can play video games when you're finished with your skirt. So I'm being a good babbit. I actually was, so funny enough, I was planning to stream right as Annie had started streaming, and I was like, nope, I'm going to go watch Annie's stream. I'll stream after. So I actually did a lot of, I did the trim and the corset part of this. Like, I did the upper trim and stuff while I was watching Annie's stream. Joey is! He's a fucking chonker. Do you guys want me to disturb him? Do you want me to disturb him so you guys can see him? Would you like me to move the camera up and give you guys a look at the lad? Be a pain in the ass and wake him up? Or should I let the sleeping cat lie? Want to see the baby? Who wants to see the baby? Alright, I'm gonna put the camera up a little bit so it's easier because he's a heckin' chonker of a boy. You're being requested, child! I give you guys an EB boy. Look, he's not even awake. Like, look at me play with his paws. This boy ain't awake. Ugh. Oh, your claws are... Oh, ow, ow. Fuck. Hold on, guys. He's, like, in my flesh. That hurt. God, he is blowing out the camera because he's a tuxedo. But he's the big old chubby boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I am bleeding. Oh, thank you for being a good sport, Bubbles. Ugh. But here he is. Here's the eepiest boy in the world. But you guys can also just see how much of a chonker he is while I'm actually holding and petting him. Pete's. Alright, I'll let you go back to your chair. Yes, I know what you want. I grabbed them for you. Come here. I know, Mama disturbed you. I gave him cat treats. No, I set him in his I put him back in his chair. I set him down in his chair. I actually just set him down. Oh, this got caught in all my other crochet hooks. Get out of there. I swear, stream is more chaotic when I have the camera on. Because you guys can actually just see my cat and see me fumble live on stream. See, when I'm doing artwork and stuff, y'all don't get to see me being an absolute disaster. You just get to hear me being an absolute disaster. Unfortunately, Joey doesn't really like capitalism unless it's serving him. He's more of a imperialist. And he is the king of the coop. Bless you! Who is also allergic to himself. Stay hydrated. And yes, that was actually water for once. Alternate between the two. Need to fix this. Oh my god! This is so fat! Oh, that was so fat! Right, I wanted to see what I was working this week. Yay, they didn't mess my schedule up this week. That's exciting. Amazing. She's so fat! Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I had opened my phone to see if my work schedule was out already because I was thinking about it, because I wanted to see if they fucked it up. But I saw the Discord message with the cats. He's so tubby! I want to just rub my belly like, oh, it's so bad! Chunky, 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 chunky. Absolute tub muffin. Also, I did try to mess with welcome back, young man. Joey's back in his chair. He went to go have a snack. You good? So I tried to mess with the ad settings a little bit because I know some people were getting upset by having multiple, like a lot of like ads showing up. So I tried to change it so they're more they're thicker chunks of ads, but they should be having less frequently throughout the stream. I don't know if it's better or worse, but I'm still learning how to stream. You know, despite I've been doing it for, I'm always learning. Always gotta try to be making things better. I don't know if any of y'all got to see, I actually used a starting soon screen today. Do you guys want to see the starting soon screen that was at the start of stream that I think most people missed because I only had it up for like 5 minutes. She's a chunky old lady and I love her. Like, I'm trying to find the best balance of how to run the ads so that people are like still enjoying everything, you know? I also need to look up tutorials because I had a funny idea that I want to, like, once I finally... Oh, you did get to see it? You little bongo bun. Going bap 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 bap. I thought it was fun. It's not going to be the forever one, but it works for the time being. I thought it worked for the interim. I had a funny idea for a starting soon screen. Um, I'm either gonna do it for the starting soon screen, or it might be a new BRB screen. I'm not 100% sure. um, but you know those old screensavers with like the pipes that just like the snakes and pipes that just went up and down and up and down and up and down. So I had the idea of like the bun's head just coming and then going up and down and up and down, and then her butt following after, and then it just repeats and loops. I thought it would be funny. I almost debated if I wanted to take the time to try to animate it before stream, but I'm like, no, I don't have the time to do that if because I know myself and I'm gonna want to make it good before I put it anywhere near the stream. Um, but yeah. Like I thought that would be a really funny, like that would be. I feel like that would be a really good starting soon screen. With just the Babbit stretching and being a little weirdo that she is. I also gotta figure out how to do some fun transitions, because I had the idea, I kind of want to see if I can't do like a bubble transition. To go from like the screens. I don't know. I have a lot of videos saved to a playlist that I gotta watch to teach me stuff. Like figuring out better overlays, and I'm learning to teach myself to make lo-fi music. That is not going well right now. I am very bad at it. But I think it's because, yeah, kind of like on SpongeBob with the bubble transitions. I feel like it's very fitting considering like the theme of my normal VTuber, as well as like all my overlays and everything are typically the same theme. But I thought it could be fun. You're so egg-shaped. I really wish I could fall asleep like him. Even after me disturbing him and like harassing him, like just like showing you guys his like eepiness, and then him getting his claws stuck in my chest, and then him going to get a snack, he's already back asleep in the chair. I could, except for the fact that she technically is a moon rabbit, so she doesn't need to have it to breathe underwater. She lives in space. She has lore that allows her to just be underwater without aid. I should put her in a like a little floaty though, or little pool floaty. I do need to I do need to adjust the crochet Babbit. Um because her ear, one of her ears does something weird that I need to fix cuz I drew it the wrong way. Cuz I'm sure y'all like don't quite notice what's wrong with one of her ears, but I do. And there's an issue with her ears in both the talking and not talking sprite. In the non-talking sprite, if you look next to my neck, I forgot to color in the gap of where her other ear is supposed to be, so it looks like there's just a space between the ear and the neck. But there should be ear color there, because it's supposed to be the other ear. And the other issue is in the talking sprite, I made her ear too long. It should not be touching her foot. if you look at the other ear when it's in the non-talking position, the other ear is suddenly much longer. I noticed it after after my second crochet stream, and I was like, fuck. So I gotta fix it. I just haven't. I'm lazy. I'm a lazy babbit. Have I really only been going for about an hour? Cool. I might actually get the skirt done tonight at this rate. See, I knew the skirt was going to be a lot easier to crochet than the sweater was. Like, once I got the waistband done on this skirt, I knew it was going to work up a lot faster because of the way the stitches are Yeah, she's Eldritch. She does. It's rule of funny. That's the thing with her. Rule of funny. Popcorn. No, I am excited. My sister says that we can go see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie next week. I'm very excited for that. The reason this works up a little faster than other, like, when I'm doing the other stuff is because the way that these clusters are done, it's a little easier to do it mindlessly back and forth. You're not really doing a repeating pattern as much. Because with this stitch that's on the main waistband, you have to do front post, back post, and you have to pay attention to make sure the pattern repeats properly. And with the sweater, the other thing is like making sure you're always in like the back loop of it or in the front loop of it, and you have to keep doing that back and forth, and that makes it a lot more tedious to make sure that it gets done. That's why the sleeves do kind of move up along a little faster to get done. But with this kind of skirt clusters, the reason it's a lot faster to get done is I'm actually just crocheting within the holes. So I can just go in the hole. It's not trying to get within the stitch itself. I'm just straight in the hole. And it makes it a lot easier to get done. Alright. Do I want to do another row of orange or not? I'll do a row of green and then I'll go back to doing orange. That's what I'll do. I also wore a better shirt today, so in case I lean forward, I'm not going to get any issues with Twitch because of my tits. I was smart today! I wore a higher cut shirt so I don't get in trouble if I lean forward ever so slightly. I used my brain. I just don't want to get in trouble because I leaned the wrong way. Because I know it can be so finicky about that kind of thing. Alright. So, first row. Kind of. Not first row, but... Cool. Cool. That's a double. There it is. Alright. And then we're gonna do a green. I'm always afraid of getting in trouble. not like being yelled at. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do 1 row of green, and then I'm going to do 2 rows of orange. Gotta pee, gotta pee, gotta pee! Pee racer! Yeah, but your body will adapt as you, like, make sure that you, like, the more you keep up with it, your body will adapt. What, me saying pee in a very high-pitched voice? I don't have to pee. Aster has to pee. May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat, sir? You're so egg-shaped. I'm very excited if I can get this skirt, like, mostly done tonight or finished. If I am able to actually get this thing done tonight, I might actually be like, yo, because it's only 7. That's the thing, it's only 7. And, like, I want to say I'm maybe half done. I'm going to probably test fit this on after I finish this row. Because I want this to be a 2-tiered skirt. So this is going to have 2 tiers on it. So this is going to be this is the top tier. And then there will be a second tier coming out underneath and extending. Oh! Oh! Hi, Hunt! Hi, Hunt! It's a raid! How you doing? How was stream? What were you up to today? Raid! Hi, hi, hi! What's up, what's up, what's up? Core Keeper? I don't think I've heard of that one. What kind of game is that? Ooh! That sounds exciting. Might have to look up that when I'm done with streaming. Actually, I'm gonna look it up on my phone so I can remember. Core Keeper survival game. Ooh, that looks cool! That looks cool! Alright, I'm definitely looking into that after stream. Do you have a lot of fun with it? Look, I like games like that. It's fun. I'm gonna be trying to do a hardcore Minecraft playthrough soon. The last time I tried doing hardcore, I died within the first hour of playing. Gotta go smarter this time. Oh, cool. By the way, you guys should go follow Hunt. He's a really cool cat. If you're not already, go follow him. He's cool. Cat. Yeah. Nice. It's me. Have a good dinner. And thanks. I'll do my best. I'm gonna try to get this skirt done. That is, or at least get started on the second row. Have a good dinner, though. Thank you for rating. Double supper time. Let's see. I ate dinner before I started stream for once. I didn't want people yelling at me for forgetting to eat again. Except me saying I ate dinner as if I didn't eat like 4 hours ago. Wow, I can count. Are you streaming tonight, Dream? I know you stream pretty frequently, but I wasn't sure if you were tonight or not. Also, can I say I'm really grateful for the fact that y'all actually come and watch me while I'm doing crocheting streams. I feel like they're a little more boring than just drawing or playing a video game, so it means a lot to me that y'all come by for the crafting streams too. Makes me happy. Cause I love being able to just vibe, craft. Plus, it keeps me focused on task instead of getting distracted by like deep dives on YouTube. You're so egg-shaped. Someday I will have a better quality camera that doesn't get super blown out because I'm pale as shit. I think what's funny is I can see what I look like on the camera, and it's like I am pale, but I'm not paper thin pale like the camera seems to pick up on. You snoring. I wish I could sleep like you. I wish I had your ability to sleep, child. Joey's just snoring in the chair. This cat, I swear, I wish I could sleep like he does. Like he just gets comfy super fast and then gone. He's asleep. Ooh, I just had a good idea too for the skirt. Think what I'll do, because I'm looking at I have all of my yarn lined up on the desk where you guys can't see. And I was looking at it, and I think what I might do, because I said I'm gonna do this one row of green, and then I'm gonna do another 2 rows of orange, and then I think I'll do the final row of this layer of the skirt with the dark purple, and then I will test fit it to see how it is. Y'all don't get to see that part though, because my mirror is on the other side of the room. Plus, just fitting a clown skirt on while still wearing my penguin fuzzy PJ pants is so professional. But hey, if I have to be doing something for multiple hours, I'm gonna be comfy. I just had an idea for Aster's commission. He's not here, so I don't care if he can't hear me being a little psychopath. Oh, I just had a wonderful idea. I'm gonna have to sketch that when I finish this. It's always the problem when I have like a crochet project I'm really invested in, is like I cannot focus on anything else. Plus, I'm on a deadline. This needs to be done by the 31st. Not for any real reason other than I would like to have it fully done by Halloween. But the fact is, the sweater is done, the hat, the neck ruff. Literally, it's skirt, bow, and potentially leg warmers, and I'm so excited. More so for the fact that it's like the skirt is taking a lot less time than I actually thought it was going to. Like the waistband did take a full day pretty much to get done, but I was learning a new stitch while doing it, which is always going to take longer because I wasn't familiar with how to do this stitch, because this is the basket stitch and I just learned it this week. Yes'm? Yes, Coo, my dear? Oh no! It is time for Coo to become a fire-breathing dragon from the wrong end. But also, Coo, when aren't you dying? Isn't that like one of your life mottos? I can't do spicy. The spiciest thing I can do is a Slim Jim. Oh, that makes me think of something that happened at work the other day, and I felt so bad for one of our line cooks. One of our cooks was like pulling down one of the grease trap things, and it like got all over his face. I felt so bad. I gave him a Rice Krispie treat and a Slim Jim to try to make him feel better. Because I keep snackies in my backpack. What did you eat that was spicy, though? Was it your soup? Was the soup spicy? Soup. I just remember my sister. We have homemade broccoli cheddar chicken soup in the fridge. I might heat that up. Oh no! Surprise! The soup had layers! It was ogre soup! It must have all sank in the thing. Oh, that fucking hurt! Love that. Anyway. Random pain. It lures you into a false sense of security, and then, well, bam! Is spicy. It looked like it was good soup, though. I'm actually going to weave this in. Like, I saw the photos you posted. It looked like good fucking soup. Soup of kill me, but did look tasty. There we go. Me to me, get in the camera frame, bitch. The pizza round. Sure. Tell us about your con stories, Dream. God, I'm remembering one of the con experiences I had years ago. When I got saved saved a lot of stress by a bunch of really big buff guys. So I had a car and one of the windows was broken, so if you put the window down, sometimes it wouldn't go back up. And you would have to like pull on the window while hitting the button to put it up. Cons have that energy though. That's the thing. That's awesome though. I'm glad you were able to have that experience. Cons are really good about like taking introverts and making them extroverts at least for one weekend. Because it's like there's an energy to them where it's like you know you're all fans of similar things, so there's already a common ground that you can kind of deal with. So they're really good like stomping grounds to kind of meet new people and everything. That's my experience with them. Like, I am incredibly introverted. I have very, very bad anxiety. But at cons, I am constantly, like, asking for photos or being asked for photos and being like, yeah, sure, and stuff like that. And it's one of the rare times that I don't mind being perceived by people, if that makes any sense. And cons are just fantastic for that kind of environment. In my experience, like it's so there's an energy to them that's different than going to like a party for coworkers or something like that. With conventions, you know. Aw, cool, you'd rock a con. I've been going to conventions since you got this. You and William can go together. nice. But I've been going to cons, right? Like if you go with a friend, it always helps. Like for example, I go with my sister. We go together. And it always makes it a much better experience. And then I always meet up with friends and stuff there too. Like my favorite con is one in Boston, and I love meeting up with like Nico and my friend Cinder. Like it's amazing to, and like I see Alexia there sometimes too, and it's just like cons are so much fun, and I really miss going to them. I haven't gone to one since pre-COVID, unfortunately, because COVID, and then I just haven't had the funds to do so. Well, that's why we put you in a fursuit. No one will perceive. I don't think I'd ever go to a furry con specifically, but I do want to make a fursuit someday, just for the sake of like saying I did it. There's something about it that really intrigues me. And I have like most of the technical requirements that would go into fursuiting. I just haven't had the ability to sit and do it. The funny thing is, I have like a bunch of like foam in the other room that I could use for it. Okay, so you say bun fursuit. Here's the thing. I don't play the game. I think it's called like Honkai Star Rails or something like that. Okay, have a good dinner, Dream. It's like Honkai Star Rails or something like that. And there's this character called Pom Pom, who's a rabbit. But there is a mascot character for this character, and it has like the same proportions that I draw my mascot with. Like the bun, like the Babbit, like it has the same kind of proportions, the long ears, the tiny body, the big head kind of thing. And there is a suit for it that they have like go to events and stuff like that. And I watch videos of the person like shuffling around in it, and the temptation I have to make a suit like that for my Babbit in all her glory is so intense. But I'd also really love to make like a full werewolf suit. That's there's one of the things that I would really like to do. There's one that I've seen on YouTube where it has like a fully articulated jaw that snaps and like the ears will fold back and everything. It's so good. And I really I want to do it. I just haven't. It's also because faux fur is pricey. I gotta be more financially secure before I ever tackle a fursuit. Like, I spend way too much on craft supplies as it is. What I'm gonna try first though, which is very baby furry, is I want to make a Vanny costume from Five Nights at Freddy's Security. Ooh, that's exciting. I hope it works out that you're able to get a slot and everything. I follow a fursuit maker on YouTube that does really amazing tutorials, and I really want to do some of like, she makes these like super motion tails that move really, really well. And I really want to try making one of those as like a kind of starter to getting into suiting. Like I'm thinking I'll probably like start, instead of doing a full suit, I might do like a head suit, like do a like, I'm gonna be base, I'm gonna be cringe, and I'm probably gonna do like a werewolf to start off because that's just what I like. But the person that I follow on YouTube does really, really nice. I think her username is like Nefertiti. I am cringe and I am free. I am going to be a wolf. That woke the cat up. Me howling, Mia wooing woke my cat up. Whoopsie. If it wasn't for the fact that my window is open, I would do an even louder one. I used to freak people out because I would do that kind of howl when people couldn't see me to freak them out. I can also do a blood-curdling scream that sounds like someone being murdered in a horror film. I love letting that rip when I'm out walking at Halloween. Freaks the fuck out of people. Can't do that one though because Spud might come actually running to my room. And I think she wanted to take a nap. I love this green and orange together because it looks like pumpkins. But yeah, I do someday want to make a Babbitt one. The other thing is I have plans for some full body, like, they're, I want to say full body puppets, but they're not really puppets at the same time because it's a suit. You have to get in the suit to kind of puppet it. But the head and stuff is puppeted. It's not like your head in the head. Like, it's a big creature and it could potentially take two people to puppeteer it at once. But I have these plans for some designs for that kind of like elaborate costume puppet combination. And that thing is gonna cost so much to make because I really want to give it shaggy fur. I want to give it nasty, shaggy black fur that, like, when it moves, like, all the fur sways and everything. Like, that kind of, like, really shaggy. Like, I want this thing to look like a nasty forest creature. And it's gonna be so expensive to get long pile fur like that for this thing. More so because it's gonna be such a tall puppet. I don't think I have... My iPad is... Also, you have to love, you can tell I have a crocheted cover on my chair. Oh, you crashed again, you motherfucker. Open, damn it. Open! I think I have sketches of one of the puppets. I have to edit the sketches, though, because I don't like how the head shape looks on it, but I might build the head and go from there. Let me see if I have the sketch. Because I might have pulled the sketches off of my iPad. Oh, there it is. So the sketches aren't the best, but it's a very long, like, it's gotta go up behind trees and stuff is how long this kind of creature is gonna be. And I just want it to be utterly shaggy and disgusting. Because I want it to have a lot of, like, the reason I want it to have long pile fur in the first place is it'll give a lot of movement to something that doesn't... Because it's going to have a static expression on its face. So you have to create secondary movement in other parts of the puppet to make it, like, good. So I want it to have, like, a very long kind of neck. And then I've been looking into these type of, like, prosthetic arm pieces that would extend your arms out and stuff like that. Like, it's going to be intensive, but I think I can do it. I just don't think I'm going to do it in any... It's a, like, 5-year plan till I make that costume. But it's for a project that I'm working on. And I have a lot of plans for it, and I don't know if I'll be able to pull everything off as I want, but it's going to be a learning experience, and I'm excited for it. I'm currently working on crocheting costumes for a few other of the things involved with this project, because one of the, I guess, characters of this project wears a crocheted doctor's mask as well as a crocheted jacket. And I am currently working on crocheting the jacket, but I'm not focusing on it. It's kind of a just, if I feel like it, I'll work on squares for it type of thing. But I have it all, like, sectioned off in its own little bag and everything, so I'm working on that. Another thing is I have to get certain costume supplies things. Like, I need to get, like, they're not actually costume supplies, but I need them to make the prosthetics and stuff like it for that kind of thing. It basically is a project that combines, like, multiple things I really love doing, which is crafting, creature design, SFX makeup, and just, like, other stuff like that. Puppeting and stuff like that. So it's just, I have a lot of plans for it. It's gonna take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of money, unfortunately, but I'm trying to do it on a budget. Because my thought is if I work on the parts to it slowly over time, it'll be less expensive overall than trying to drop like all the supplies at once. So I'm working on the different parts and building them bit by bit while I'm refining the whole project at once. I think one of the most expensive pieces that is going to be on it is I need to find a way to make myself a TV head that can change and emote. That's gonna I have a few tutorials and stuff like that to follow to make it. The biggest problem I have been running into for that project, specifically for the TV head aspect, is the frame of the head. Because it's one thing to just use a tablet screen and slide it in kind of thing. I can do that pretty easily. Um, but it's getting the right shape of the head, because it's like I want it to be kind of similar to those old CRT monitors that had the VHS player on the bottom. And the options really are either I'm going to have to sculpt that one myself using like foam board or something like that, but that might not be so sturdy, and I need this thing to be sturdy. And the other option is finding an old CRT like that and gutting it, but that one's going to be like very hard, and it's also kind of dangerous because the chemicals and stuff used inside those type of TV screens. And the third option would be to 3D print all the pieces and assemble it that way. And honestly, I think that's most likely the most viable option of the three to get it the correct way I need it to, as well as making sure it's safe for whoever ends up in that costume specifically. Because that's the thing, is I don't think I would specifically be the one wearing that costume for this project, because I don't necessarily have the look that I want for that character. So I would most likely need a friend of mine to do that instead. And obviously, I'm not gonna make friends do it for free. I would probably I'd pay them some way or the other. I'd make sure they get a payment of some form, like actual payment, for whatever time I need to use them and everything. But that's why it's also a far off project, because it's like I want to make sure, because I'm definitely going to need actors and stuff like that to make sure this thing goes over how I want it to be. It's not something I can pull off solo for the most part. Like, I can in certain aspects pull a lot of this project off by myself, but I do need some people to help me out with it in the final stages. Like, I can do all the building and the costuming and everything like that. That's whatever. I can do all of that. It's just going to be when it comes time to filming and everything like that I need to be able to get other people to help me out for it. But yeah. So yeah, it's like 3D printing is a pain, but I do eventually want to invest in one and learn all the steps involved with 3D printing, because I feel like it would be a very good way to step up both my crafting game as well as my cosplay game, because I want to get into making art dolls. Like, you know, the ones with like the hard heads and then like the posable soft bodies and stuff like that. I want to get into that. However, sometimes I know sculpting by hand can lead to kind of fragile pieces. And I know 3D printing isn't always the most sturdy, but it would be easier to replicate if you break it, kind of thing. Like, if you mess up in the process of making it, it's less. Yeah, and it would just be really nice for cosplay if I need certain props or something like that. Sometimes it'd be easier because, like, for example, Pearl's crown from Splatoon. Um, I I cosplayed as MC Princess a couple years back, and I made her crown out of EVA foam, like the gold one with like the jewels and stuff. And I think it could have turned out a little better if I had better sculpting supplies. But I still like that crown though. It's actually it's sitting on top of my dresser. Ugh, you are at that stage where it's annoying. Yarn always gets to this stage at the end of the skein, and it's one of the biggest pains in the ass to pull from the center pole. Um, so it's just like I do want to get into. I want to learn how to fursuit just to step up my costume game. Like, I feel like it'd be really fun to do like some eldritch monsters or something like that. Like, do a Cerberus cosplay, or do like a biblically accurate angel cosplay type thing. Like, I think it'd be really good to just get that skill under my belt and know how to do it. I love costuming. I love that kind of like environment, and I love learning new skills that I can use crafting for. Cuz I've actually the funny thing is, as much as I do with crochet and stuff, I actually like sewing a lot, and I've done sewing more. Like, I've been sewing longer than I've crocheted, but the problem with sewing is I just don't have the space to do it, and crochet is a lot more forgiving. But I love when I'm able to pull a sewing project off. Like, it's so good. Um, and I've got some projects that I want to revamp and try again that I've learned how to do better. Like my giant 9 foot snuppet, my snatcher puppet. I want to remake it because I know after, because that was my first ever puppet. Like that, the big one that I have was my first puppet. So I want to remake it with new information that I've learned from it, and I want to learn how to do like some LED soldering and stuff. I want to make parts of it glow. I would love to learn how to make the parts to make like, oh, I would love to give him blinking. That would be so much fun to make it able to blink. And I know there are ways to do this. The other thing is, I really want a long Furby. I have a faceplate for a long Furby. I just haven't made him yet. But I'm really excited to eventually try that someday. Um, it's just one of those things that I'm very much like, yeah. Um, I don't know. There's something about, and they are my. I love the faceplate I bought for my Furby. So I bought a 3D printed one off of Etsy. It's called Trident, and it has 3 eyes and 2 beaks. It's a little Eldritch Furby. Oh, I have so much in mind that I want to do, that I want to get done. It's just a matter of energy, time, and resources. Because unfortunately, a lot of them are also big projects, so they take up a lot of space. Like, for example, I have a 6 foot crocheted worm on string, and he sits in my closet and he takes up so much space. I have a giant puppet that also takes up a lot of space. I also have I have a life size superior stuffed animal that I have made, that takes up a lot of space because it's a 13-foot snake. Um, I also have like a 9 foot squid plushie that I made in high school, so it's just a lot of projects, and I just need to find space to do them. Like, I never thought when I was in college and stuff, and it's just like a lot of people were like, oh, I can't wait to have a studio or whatever like that. And I'm like, I don't think I'd ever need a studio. Like, no, why would I ever need a studio? And then I got really, really into like, I was already into costuming and stuff like that, but then I got into puppets as well. And I really like making them. I think it's really fun. And then you add in all the crocheting as well on top of it, and it's like, oh no, I understand. So I don't see that happening anytime soon, but someday I would love to have like just a designated craft zone for putting all of my stupid projects. Um, I gotta remake my superior prop though, and I'm gonna use some of the stuff I've learned from when I made my puppet, because one of the biggest issues I have with my superior is when I'm walking around cons with him. He's heavy. He's well, he's not necessarily heavy, but when you're carrying him around a convention center all day, he gets heavy. Because he's fully stuffed. He's basically a giant stuffed animal. So he can take 2 people to carry comfortably after a full day of walking around. So what I'm thinking to do with him is kind of do what I've done with my puppet's head. My puppet's head is hollow, and I used foam to build it, kind of like a fursuit head. And I'm thinking what I might do is I might make a version of my superior where it's hollow with the foam, and then get a long articulated spine like a Furby like a long Furby has. Like one of those really long, like just the posable, like ball and socket spines. And like put that inside of this hollow foam like body, and then skin it. And I feel like that could be really good, because if I do it that way, I could put all the weight in just the tail and have it so it's able to hold itself up and pose without me having to hold it. And I feel like it would be really cool to do that for when I'm cosplaying as the Pokemon trainer with it. That it would be able to like stand up itself. And plus, if it's hollow instead of stuffed, that means it's going to be it's going to be very light compared to being fully stuffed. And if I have it so it has a bendable spine, I'd be able to kind of bend the spine around my stomach and carry it that way instead of having to hold on to it. My brain is never ending with the things that it wants to do. I want to make all the projects. And I'm finally at a stage where it's like, yeah, I think I have the skill set that I would be able to pull off these projects that I really want to do. And it's also just, I've also just come to realize, like, this is what I really have a passion about, is crafting and making things. Like, I used to always think it was like, oh, I'm gonna be like, I love comics, don't get me wrong. I do love them too, and I love making them, and I have several I would love to do. But I really like crafting. It makes me really excited. And I get really giddy when I'm able to make something. Like, I'm able to pull something off, and it's just like, yeah, I made that. There's just something about holding something you made yourself in your hands at the end of the day that's just like, hell yeah. And it's also just so nice, like, because like sometimes I wear like crocheted skirts and stuff like that. Like, I have a skirt that I crocheted that I'll wear out in public, and I'll wear like crocheted hats. And it's always so nice when someone like makes a comment about it. I'm like, yeah, thank you, I made it. It's so nice to be able to say that. It makes me happy. It makes my brain go, brrr. Happy brain juice. That's the sound of a happy bun brain. Hi. Yeah? Yeah? Do you want to say hi to stream again? You walked over here yourself. Yeah, you got your paw. You guys get interrupted. It's cat time. My tubby boy. Someday I want to be able to stream well enough that I can just have a designated cat camera set up aimed at his chair while I'm working. Yeah, you're just eating this up now. Joey's just like, yeah, this is my time. Your black saddle blows the camera out. You're the worst, fuzzball. Ugh. Tubby boy. You guys can see the bubbers. Sadly, because of the camera angle, you can't see his face well. Because the camera's up. But you just wanted to be held. Alright. You good? You satisfied, young man? Oh, you're just gonna be under the desk now. Okay. Alright, back to what I was doing. He's just under the desk now. Oh, Joseph. Don't lick my foot! You little weirdo! Why do you like feet? What is it with you and feet? You're such a freak. My cat's a freak! But yeah, lots of cool ideas, and hopefully I will actually be able to do them. That's always the big goal, is can I actually pull this shit off? Don't you eat that. Oh, you're awake now. Oh, we have entered active bubby hours. Joseph is conscious. Joseph is in his menace hours. Are you listening to Koo? Is that what you did? Are you listening to him? So now that you have to be a menace, you're gonna commit crimes? Plastic crimes. Don't lick my foot! Look, you see his little head down there? You see his little head down there as he's being a little weirdo under the desk. You know, funny enough, I'm talking about like puppets and everything with foam. I actually do have. These are the headpieces to the second version of my puppet. I have the head cut out, I just haven't done it yet. He is weird. He's a fucking weirdo. I love him. Are you just sleeping behind my chair now? The yarn is tangled. The only downside whenever I get to this stage of the project is it gets so tangled at the tail end of a skein. No, don't eat the yarn! You're being a menace. You good now? Yeah, get back in your chair. I still have most of this section left. Yeah, I want you to know he stopped being a menace and he went right back to being an egg in his chair. Went right back to being an egg. He was a menace for like 5 minutes and now it's back to egg time. Call him the Eggman. Maybe I'll make bread. my pumpkin candle. Make some ambiance. I just want you to know, right before stream, so I'm using a different mic than I normally use, but I noticed that when I was doing some tests prior to stream, it was peaking really badly. So I actually, right before stream, I just crocheted a little cover to cover my mic. I'm gonna put googly eyes on it later. Because I have these like glow in the dark, like weird little finger puppet eyes. I'm gonna stick some on this. Make it unhinged. Oh, that ran out. That's fine. I have more. This is my last skein of orange, though. Welcome back, Dream. How was dinner? Have anything good? That's good. Maybe tomorrow I'll actually stream art again. Because I have 2 commissions to work on. I got Koo's emotes to do, and then I have a commission for Aster to do. Maybe I'll stream art tomorrow. I think Koo wanted like 5 emotes or something. E5. Oh, I 100% can do that, Koo. I can in fact animate, I just don't do it often. Oh yeah. I am going to make you a very, very happy person. Or at least try to. I'm gonna do my best to give you the best emotes I can. That's good, it was good. I'm so excited to be able to actually get this skirt and everything done, just because like I've been working on this. I've been working on this costume like all month, more or less. Like, what was the day I made the hat? Like, how many weeks have I been working on this in reality? Where is the first day I made the hat? September. Oh, I've almost been working on this 2 months. Or not 2 months, but like over a month. So I started working on this project around the 18th of September, is when I first did the hat. And then I worked on a balloon dog plushie that's in my hallway. So the balloon dog, I did the hat, the balloon dog plushie. Then I did the neck ruff, the sweater, and now I'm doing the skirt. So I've been working on this since September 18th. It is now October 23rd. So I've been at this for pretty much over a month at this point, and I'm so excited to get it done. Might do a makeup test for it too. My sister joked I should wear this to the FNAF movie. I might. Maybe I will. God, I wish I was faster at crocheting. I am so sorry you have to hear the traffic that drives by my house whenever I'm streaming if I go quiet. That's why I normally try to stream in the evenings instead. There's less traffic at night. But there's still some. You know what's always fun is like I'll be like just falling asleep or like laying in bed around like 2, 3 in the morning, and then you just hear the sound of like a heavy duty like tractor trailer in the distance. Hello, Bringer! You live! How are you doing today? You live for now. Once more, the big EP has taken Bringer hostage. What will the Bringer do? I get it, I get it. I gotta do laundry too. Ugh. Still really, really bad. Go find Willow and harass her. Give her big hugs. You want me to put Joey on camera, Bringer? Do you want me to harass my son and put him on camera because he's sleeping? Is she looming around your feet? Joey's in his chair sleeping. He was licking my feet earlier like the weirdo that he is. Joey does it all the time. Like, I don't know. He also likes to sleep in the shoes, and I'm like, why are you obsessed with feet, child? Like, my cat has a foot fetish, I swear to God. See, he doesn't necessarily bite toes, but he'll bite your ankles. Joey is like always sleeping in our shoes downstairs, or like he used to play in them. Cats are weird. I love them. Crack my back. How long are you? Motherfucker. see if I can... I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this idea I have off or not, but we're going to fucking find out if I can. I've never done this, what I'm about to do, I've never done this before, so I don't know if this will actually work as I'm wanting it to, but I'm going to see. I'm going to try to make this into a two-tiered skirt, basically. So I have to go around and find the stitches I didn't work into when I did this initial row, and I'm making another row in those ones. So it'll be slightly at a different layer. Like, it'll have the peaks different than the layer that I am, like the one that I had been working on. And potentially what this should do is give me a neat multi-fluff kind of effect, if that makes sense. Never done this before. I've only ever crocheted one other skirt, and that one's just a flat skirt. So, we will see how this turns out, and I'm hoping it looks pretty cool. The second tier is going to be mostly purple like the waistband. I'm just doing this first row in orange because it helps hide where I'm joining this second layer in, because I'm joining it to an orange row. So it'll make it blend a little more seamlessly. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this turns out. This is an experiment. But the fact that I've been at this for maybe 2.5 hours, and I think I'm over halfway done with this skirt, is very exciting. I definitely think I'm going to be able to finish it tonight if I like keep up with it. Like, even though I'm not going to I probably won't stream all night. I'll probably go until about maybe, we'll see how I feel. Probably 4 hours, depending. Maybe 3. I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I'm gonna keep working on this till it's probably done tonight. I'll probably go and become a lump in my nest on the bed. Bunch of blankets and everything. Go have some soup. Because I remembered we still have leftover soup that my sister made earlier last week. Actually, I should ask her if it's still good. I think it should be good. But it's dairy, so that's where I'm gonna ask Spud. Where is my sister in my phone? Don't you scroll like that on me, Discord. I want to talk to my Spud. I've texted my Spud. Because she made it, so she'll have a better idea if it's still good or not. But I do see her status is offline, so she may have actually fallen asleep. I knew she wanted to take a nap earlier. Ugh, I gotta stretch a moment. I'm old and crunchy! I say as if it's not just the fact that I have arthritis. Ugh. If it wasn't just for the fact that I just have bad joints since I was 22. Joey is snoring a little butt. Alright, did I mess this up? Did I mess this up? One, two. I think I messed this up. Hold on. Do I have to redo all that work that I just did? I did, in fact. I messed it up from the very first. Alright, gotta redo all of that work. That's the struggle of what I'm doing right now, is it's hard to see what I'm doing. You know what I can do, though? I have stitch markers. I should mark where I need to do all of these. Alright. Like, I don't need to lock them, but I should just mark them. On the desk. Get on the desk. Come on. Out, out, out. Get out. There we go. Alright, let's not use the orange ones because I feel like those are gonna be a pain in the butt to try to see. Alright. Start with that. Alright, let's do all that work again. At least I didn't get all the way to the end of the row and then realize that I had messed up. That would have really sucked. I also want to get this costume done because I want to work on that fanfic I want to get done for Halloween, and I haven't done more than the, like, starting point of that fanfic. Thankfully, I know after this row, though, it'll go back to being pretty easy. This row was just requiring me to use my brain. Ugh. How revolting. I have to think. I don't want to use my brain. I won't be dumb. I want to just be a silly little goose. Honk, honk. I'm just a silly little goose. Honk, honk. Untitled Goose Game? No, Untitled Babbit Game. I keep looking up, and I have one of my foam wig heads right behind my monitor. And I keep seeing it. And it's like that one fucking scene from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Saru koto no yoni. Feels a lot later than just 8:30 for me. I'm glad it's only 8:30 because that means I got plenty of time to do my thing, but yeah, there's cat hair all over this. I wonder why. Any ideas, young man? Can't ever remember the words to that song, but I always can just remember the rhythm. Wish my joints weren't evil. Like, body, I know it's a bad painting, but come on, let me do my work. Oh, did Spud respond? Yeah, Spud says soup should still be good. Fuck yeah. That means I'm having soup after stream. Soup, 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 soup. Soup, 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 soup. I just love Joey's snores. Like a little old man. The sounds of Spud moving in the distance. So far, this is working out as I theorized it should, so that's a good sign. Hopefully this skirt will look nice. Once upon a time, I actually taped a head to my mannequin, and I used to freak people out with it. Because I would leave it in the room. Now that's stuck in my head. I'll have to listen to it later. almost back to where the second row begins. Get in there, get in there. Also, can I say, like, I am so happy with how these stickers are still on my water bottle over a year later, going to and from work with condensation, getting washed multiple times. And these things still are on here and they look fucking good. It makes me so happy that they're still, like, really nicely on there. Like, that's a good vinyl sticker. I'm gonna get you one in my shop. I always love when I can see the hole forming in the skein of yarn, which tells me I've used a good portion of it already. laughing to myself because I'm thinking of something I thought of earlier. I'm gonna try to go for another half an hour, but I might have to cut streams soon because I'm starting to cramp up. And I have been crocheting for almost like 5 hours straight because I was crocheting for a few hours before I started streaming as well. So I'm gonna try to at least get this row and maybe the next, like, start the purple row. But I can't guarantee. I'm not gonna hit 4 hours like I wanted to. I'm gonna try to get 3.5, but I can't promise anything. Because I can feel my shoulder starting to lock up, and that's always a sign that, hey, bitch, go take a break. So, might have to stop soon, but I want to at least get to the end of this row at the bare minimum. But hey, this is a lot of progress for 3 hours, though. Because, like, all this skirt, so this whole section, as well as starting this inner section to start the next layer, that's all been done in this past 3 hours. So I definitely think after I rest up a little bit and keep trucking, I might be able to pull this off tonight. But we'll see. We'll see how my shoulder is. I think it's also just how I'm sitting in my chair might be part of the problem. But where's she? I'm curious to how much yarn I'm gonna have left over by the end of this project. That's what I'm gonna be curious about. So currently, let me just move my camera slightly. You can see I have green, I have 3 purples, I have this amount of purple, this amount of green, and that amount of orange. So I have that for yarn for this project currently. So it'll be interesting to see how much I have left. More so because it's like I know how much I started with. I started with almost a pound. No, I did start with a pound of this green, almost a pound of the darker purple. So 16 ounces each. And I started with Oh, I want to say I had a partial ball of orange. I had a skein and a partial of orange, and then I bought two skeins. I had two skeins of this purple, and I bought a few more. I bought three more. So I bought three more. So the three I have are the ones that I just bought. So it'll be interesting to see what's left over after the project, and if I get around to doing the leg warmers or not. Because like I said, I still have to do the bow as well for the back of the to do the bow for the back of the sweater, as well as I do need to make the chain for the corset part of this skirt. So it'll be very interesting to see what supplies are left over when I'm finally finished with everything. I can't believe I've been working on this since September. I thought I only started this at the start of October, but no, I started this mid-September is when this whole thing started. So I've been going at this for over a month. And I think that's wild. But that's also very I like the fact that I've done a full sweater, a hat, plus a partial skirt and the neck ruff in a month. Like 30 days, while also like working on all of the birthday presents for my niece, as well as the presents I made for my brother, and then just other miscellaneous projects I've worked on in between, as well as like still doing like my day-to-day going to work and everything. Like that's pretty damn nice. Also, the fact that I have streamed multiple times this month makes me so happy. Hopefully I keep this pace up. He's hugging his beats. Joey's just hugging his toes. I think I'm gonna do at least a double green stripe on the bottom row. Well, the bottom layer of the skirt. Because I did a single for the top, and I think I want to do a double on the next one. The big thing that happens every time I get to one of these bigger projects though is it starts to get unwieldy after a point. I do see that Mr. Top 10 List is streaming, so I think I know who we're gonna raid. He's believing in the heart of the cards. Yeah, I think once I finish this row, I'm gonna stop streaming on my end, send y'all on a raid to Mr. Top 10 List, and go take a break for a little bit, let my shoulder rest up. Because I can feel my shoulder just slowly getting worse. And it's just like, yeah, that's not good. It's not good to push it, because I don't want to do more damage to it than I already have done to it. So I'm gonna finish up this row, and then we're gonna raid the tennest of tops. The listiest of list. The man, the list, the legend. As long as he's still streaming by the time I finish this row. I only have a few more stitches to finish this row. with that row done, I'm gonna stop here for the night, but got a good bit done, because we've got... back on the desk. We managed to get all of this top ruffle done here, like this whole top layer has been done, and then we were able to start on the second layer ruffle. So there's 2 rows that I've done. And obviously, like, I got the waistband I didn't do on stream, but that's still pretty good progress on it, because the skirt needs to, in the end, be about 18 inches, I think is what I said, but I might go like 16. And I believe currently, yeah, so the first layer is about 6.5, and I am adding 1 more layer on top on the end of this one. I just want to get this next orange layer done before I did that. So that's a lot of progress, and I definitely think I'm going to be able to finish this skirt tonight, because that's a lot done in one sitting. Because the other thing to consider is the reason why my wrist hurts so much now is I also did all this orange that's up on the top here. This was also done right before stream. So, yeah. So now we're gonna read Mr. Top 10 list. But thank you guys all so much for coming by tonight, and I will hopefully stream again tomorrow, but it'll probably be drawing tomorrow instead of crocheting. So, we're going to go and read Mr. Top 10 list. Thank you guys so much for tonight. I'll see you guys next time. Read time, read time. You know, we'll read whenever it decides it wants to actually figure things out. Alright. Read Shadow Legends!